First of all, I would like to thank all of you. It's really very important to be together. It's really a time to show solidarity for our brothers and sisters suffering in the worst situation in the Norwegian asylum, in the camps. Generally, on behalf of the Ethiopian refugee in Norway and my own, I would like to thank again the organizers and all of you again, just for coming here to be a voice for those voiceless people in the worst situation. Today, we gathered here to commemorate those asylum seekers who have taken their own life after being rejected by the Norwegian authorities. As example, Garolin, Nawzat, and many more can be mentioned. Those came to one of the world democratic and international human rights agreement signed country, Norway, hoping protection. As to the information I have, those mentioned by name and others were very young, hoped future who escaped from inhumanitarian life treatment in their home country, who did their best with God to save their life until they reached to this peaceful country, Norway. But they end up, as we said before, suicide. Here is my question. After landing in this non-violent country, why these young people commit suicide in the Norwegian reception center? This has to be researched. This has to be answered by the authorities. This has to be answered by the medias. People run to save their life from the dictatorial regime like in Ethiopia, in Iran. People running, looking at peace to save their life from the war zone like Palestine. They should be prioritized for protection. But the fact what I see here in Norway becomes completely different. For example, about 6 months ago, Norwegian officials signed an agreement to deport the Ethiopian asylum seekers back to one of the world's worst dictatorial regime. The Norwegian authorities, the World Nobel Prize Center country, the world good example for peace and democracy, signed an agreement with a dictatorial regime and still working with some other countries like Eritreans and other countries just to return back the asylum seekers who came just for protection. For me, this is injustice. For me, this is unfair. Hundreds of Ethiopians currently living in frustration, but ignored. And this also works to all asylum seekers who risks torture, persecution, and life-threatening condition in their home country. Generally, there can be many cases for the suicide, which has to be investigated actually. We should not be really ignored, as now the authorities doing. It can be ignored that a key reason for many suicidal activities can be considered as the rejection. Especially people after final rejection, they get less money, they lose hope, they always wait, and they always see their door. When someone walks in the night, they think that they are going to be deported. When their children cries, they think that someone inside the room took them back to home, to the torture. How long this can happen in this peaceful country? For this, I urge the medias, because the Norwegian people has the right to know this situation. The asylum has to not be politicized. We should not ignore people sleeping on the street. Now the winter is coming. The Palestinians has been outside on the street for years. How long these people can wait? Iranians has been on the street. How long these people can be on the street? See, in this cold situation without food, in this cold situation without dress, in this cold situation without hope, how people can how long can these people can live? If you see the case of Ethiopians, the regime signed the contract with the Norwegian authorities, and they have been suffering here for a long time. They have been here without any support. Home is always home. If they don't have a problem, why they wait here for 2 years, for years, for 10, 11 years? Home is always home. If you have a peace, if you have basic things like water and a small piece of bread, if you have democracy and rights, then why you suffer? Home is home. No one wants to be out and in this bad situation. This could have been considered. Palestinians, if you say them, they were outside on the street for a long time and still they are suffering. If they don't have, these young people could have returned back to their home. They, as we heard before, they want to plan their life. They want to have a future, but living without future. So I urge the politicians to separate the asylum case from the politics. Asylum should not be used as a means for election. Thank you for hearing me. Sorry to take a long time.